Hello, how are you? You okay? Well, I've not seen you for a while, have I? Today, I'm going to take you through what I do at this time of year. So it's getting towards the end of August. Everything's dying back. My tomato plants have near enough finished. So it's getting to that point where I need to start sorting out my garden. It's all looking a bit messy. So that's what I'm going to do today. In your own time when you've finished. So I'll be showing you my beans, my harvesting my actual beans for stews and stuff like that, because they're getting to that position, that point in their life cycle now where they're finished. And I'll show you how I do that. I'll give you a quick update on stuff as I go along, and I'll update you on the hydroponic system, and I'll show you what I'm doing with that. That's been an absolute mind blower. That brilliant. So I'll show you that. What else? Let's just have a wander around. My name's Linda, and this is my kitchen garden. Now then, I'm also going to be picking out some seedlings today as well, because I've sown some seeds, some brassica seeds, and they're in a position now where I've got little tiny seedlings and they need to go into bigger modules, so I'm going to do that today as well. So it's a busy day really, of bits and bobs of doing stuff, pottering about the garden. I'm sorry it's not been it's been a couple of weeks really since I've uploaded a proper video. It's because I've had terrible problems with health with my daughter, not me this time, it's been my daughter. So she's got kidney problems and all sorts going on now. So luckily I think we've turned a corner. So she seems to be losing quite a bit of weight, but that's all because she's having a bit of a flare with her lupus. So anybody that understands autoimmune disease will know that this can affect you really badly just overnight. It's not something that comes on gradually, it's something that hits you overnight. So that's why I've not been uploading. So I've not gone away, I've just been just my needs have been in another area, so apologies for that. So let's crack on and let's do a bit of gardening. Now again, I've had absolutely loads of green beans, as you know. This is the yellow variety, so this must be like a late cropper, because all my green ones now have actually finished, and I'm not getting much of those now. I'm still finding a few purple ones, but most of the green ones have finished. So they're all coming towards the end, but as you can see, I'm still getting quite a lot of the French beans. And even when they get to like this size, and I've missed this one, and you can see that the seeds inside have formed, then you can still eat them. They don't have like a tough stringy pod. They're not a stringy bean, and you can eat the whole thing no matter what size they get. So these are the yellow ones, purple ones, and then green ones, and they're all a bit big. I usually pick them smaller than that, but I keep finding them. I just keep finding them in different places, and I'm like, missed that one. But yeah, they're still prolific, and I'm still chopping away at these. Now I want to show you these beans here. Let me pull one off. I need to make sure that they're dry. So this is what your beans look like when they're drying out. I like the beans from the pod, so I don't eat the pods with these. And now inside there, oh, are these lovely little beans, like that. So they're a lovely little bean there. And these are what I collect in winter. And I put these in stews and casseroles. And they're absolutely delicious. They bulk your meal up. So if you're struggling for money, cost of living, then these beans are absolutely perfect to add into your stew because they make it go further. And obviously, because they're a bean, they digest slower, so you're not feeling hungry quickly. So sometimes when you eat something, an hour later you think, well, I do anyway, probably just me. But an hour later, I'm thinking to myself, I'm hungry, what else can I eat? And then I start grazing. These stop that. So beans are the one to go for to add to your stews and your casseroles and anything really that you're doing. You can even put them in bolognese sauces, you know, in your Italian dishes. You can add them to. I like doing a chipotle beef in my slow cooker, and then I put them in there. So I do some steak with chopped steak. I like the steak, so like the big pieces, more like a shoulder steak that's quite tough. It needs a slow cook, so I put that in my slow cooker, and then I add some chipotle and some all sorts of like spices, and not too hot because I don't like really hot food. And I put beans in. So what I'm going to do this year though is I'm going to mix them all together because they're a bit sporadic on where I've planted them. So I'll show you my little jar. So this is my bean jar. Let's open it. So I've already started collecting. Can you see in there? Put those in as well. These, I've already harvested some of these. These are these purple ones here. I called Enorma these, and I don't know whether you can actually see, but they're an absolutely lovely colour. They're like a purpley lilac. Oh, gone forever. Anyway, so that's my beans. So I'm going to pull some of the dried pods off now. There's not many, but they need to dry on the vine. So they need to be of that texture. So I'll pull another one. So if you can hear, they need to be like that papery texture. Oh, and another one. I'm hoping that jar is going to be full by the time I finish, but a lot of the beans, as you can see, they're not ready yet. And they're starting to change colour, as you can see, but they're not quite ready. They're still a little bit moist, if you know what I mean. So but as you can see, all the vines are starting to die back now. It's all starting to look a bit scraggy. Loads of webs because it's just getting to that spider mating season into it. Yeah, pull that one off. Let's have a look in that one. And there we go. Lovely. So this is just a little update on my hydroponic system. This one's called Letpot. Now, I do believe there was another type as well. Now I've moved it inside, I've put it inside my kitchen because I've planted some tomato plants, which I'll show you in a minute. And I thought it'd be better suited in here because my conservatory in winter gets very cold. So my plan is that I'm going to grow inside. Now I've also got another like grow light system that you plant. I'm going to sow some pak choi in there today. But for this, I'm going to harvest this now because I've been picking the leaves from the outside. I've got varieties of lettuce. So I've got a mixed variety of lettuce. And then I've got the little gems, but I don't use them till they heart up. I'm just picking the leaves from the outside like that. But they're finished now, so I need to harvest those today. And this is Rocket, which I absolutely love. Rocket. It's like a really peppery, lovely taste. So yeah, I like that. So let's harvest this, and then I can show you better my little tomato seedlings that have popped through. And that's the root system. So they're good, aren't they? So I'm really impressed with them. That impressed, I'm going to buy another one. So that's all the root system underneath there. So obviously I'm going to have to sort all that out. But if you can see in here, look at that. They're my tomato plants. So these are a variety called Mini Bell. I'll pop the packet on the top so you can see what they are. But they're absolutely brilliant little tomato. I've still got some on in a pot, so I'll show you them as well. But so I've put 3 in here. So I've got 2 that's definitely germinated, and I don't know whether you can see in there, but something's happening. We've got a little tiny leaf coming up there, so I'll pop its little cover back on. If you're new to my channel, I'd really appreciate you subscribing because I'm trying to grow my channel. Nothing's moved for the past 6 months, so I've stayed at 1,300 subscribers for 6 months. So I don't know whether that's because I'm just boring or it's just not getting out there. I'm going to say that the algorithm's not throwing me out there. So do me a massive favour and just hit that like button under there. Just hit like, because that seems to, the algorithm likes that. And pop a comment, even if it's just to say hello. And then let's try and get my videos out there for people like you that enjoy my channel and to get some more subscribers. Subscribers don't really matter, but my views do, because they're the ones that I want people to see. So do subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all those that have already subscribed. I love you all, you're my YouTube family, so come and join us. And my chili peppers haven't really worked this year. I've got a few little peppers, bell peppers, and I just had one plant that had loads of chilies on it. But other than that, they've not done great. And this was overwintering my chili plants. So I think my plan is next year, I've had them in the greenhouse, then slugs started attacking them. I think my next plan for next year is these can all go in the compost bins because they're not working really, and I'll start from scratch again next year and get some new seeds put in. So I think overwintering them doesn't really work. That's my view anyway. So I've got this here. This is, I just use it really as a grow station for my seedlings. You know, in winter, you'll have seen it on quite a few of my videos. It's a bit dirty, it needs a clean. So they have these little things in. So my plan is today is to put some of this cocoa compost. So I'm going to use that. So I'll add some of that to water, and then I'm going to fill these, each of these, and I'm going to put pak choy seeds in them. So I'll just put a couple of seeds in each one, and I'll grow pak choy. Then I can get these going inside if I decide that I want to plant them outside when all the butterflies, the cabbage white butterflies, have all disappeared. Then I might do that, but for now I'm going to get them going in here, and this will probably take over for my lettuce when the lettuce outside is all finished. I think that's my plan anyway. I never have any solid plans, do I? But that's what I'm going to do with this. So let's give this a bit of a clean. $10 litres. I'm not going to need that, am I? So might as well make it up. Okay. Do I break some off? No, I'll make it up. I'll show you how I get on, really, on another one with that one, because I'll have to wait for all that stuff, that koi stuff, to absorb water, and it does take a while. But let me show you my herb planter. Oh, remember this that we replanted a few weeks ago? I'm really happy with this. So I've got dill. There's my dill all coming up nicely. Just to give you an update really on everything that's growing in here. So everything that I planted seed direct, apart from that, because that's a weed, so you can go over there, has grown. So we've got some coriander, just watered them so they're a bit wilty, and then parsley there, you're a weed. So yeah, it's just all come to life, really. All my seeds have took off, so I'm really happy with that. So that's this little planter here. So it's like a little vertical planter, and they're absolutely brilliant. You know, I will definitely be investing in some of these, some more of them. But I'm really chuffed with my dill because, do you know what? I have never been able to grow dill before. So if you struggle growing dill, then this is definitely the way forward. I'd get one of these. They're only cheap. They're £15 off Amazon. I'm not affiliated with these whatsoever, but I will sing their praises because these are absolutely brilliant for the money. If you trap for cash, 15 quid. Absolutely brilliant. And I've managed to grow dill for the first time in my life, and I've tried so many different ways and they've just not done it. But there you go. And yeah, all the tomatoes are all dying back, but do you know what? I've had absolutely tons of tomatoes this year. Well, not literally tons, but you know what I mean. I've had loads. So I've got freezer full of sauces, and I've got some absolutely lovely varieties. I like trying new varieties because there's thousands of tomatoes varieties, and I like trying new varieties. Oh, it's a bit wet in here, but these are my favourite. So every year I grow the gold something they're called. Wait a minute. It's gold nugget that I grow. Every year I grow gold nugget. But this one here is called Golden Sunrise. Oh, honestly, they're absolutely amazing. The taste of these is brilliant. So this is the variety here. Look. Golden Sunrise. I love them. Yeah, so these are all coming to the end. I've got some big ones there. They're the beefsteak tomatoes. And the ones that had, do you remember me showing you, they were on this little branch here, and they had blossom end rot. And it's to do with the bottom, the bottoms go like a rotten, but it's to do with the nutrients in your soil. Now what I did, and I don't know whether I've done it by mistake, I've mistakenly sussed it out, I put in the soil some chicken manure, and the ones that grew after that didn't have the blossom end rot. So I don't actually know. Look, these are further up on the same vine and they haven't got it. So I don't know whether I've accidentally sussed it out, but yeah, the ones that grew after that didn't get any blossom end rot. So it's obviously to do with nutrients. But yeah, I've got some great sized tomatoes on there. So they're still producing. They're almost done though. But I'm telling you, the watering this year has been phenomenal. I don't think I've ever had a year where the watering has been so needy and the weather's been so dry, so demanding. This here is a purple sweet potato and it's took off. I moved it, I had it in a pot and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to shove it in there and see how it goes. Well, it loves it. Look at it. Look how lovely that is. That's purple sweet potato, that. First time I've ever grown sweet potatoes in my life. This dead thing here was the melon that never produced any melon, so that just needs chopping off. And I've got some strawberries in there. Now look at these. These are my seedlings. So these all need potting on. Nothing in there. So at the back there I've got Spigarello, which is a winter variety. I'll pop some pictures on so you can see. It's a winter variety of vegetable. They're all winter varieties, these. I don't know why I've just said that, but they're all winter varieties. Winter, spring next year. So I'll be probably harvesting the Spigarello in spring next year. So they've come through, look a bit dry, they need watering. I've got some collies. They've gone a bit green, but I'm going to pop them on today. They haven't really done anything yet. They're old seeds, so I didn't think they would come up anyway. I've got cabbages there, purple cauliflowers in there, Asturian tree cabbage. Now they've done brilliantly. Like I say, I'm not a massive fan of Asturian tree cabbage, but I'm going to plant these all in pots because the butterflies drive me insane, trying to eat my cabbages and my brassicas that I actually want to eat. So they can have these. So I'm growing these for the butterflies for next year. They're theirs. They're not to have anything else, just them. Black Tuscany. Now, I absolutely love Black Tuscany. And they had more germinated than that. And now there's just one. Why is that? Purple kohlrabi at the front. And the scarlet kale there. So, yeah. So I'll pop all these on. Pot all these on today. If I leave the... I'll just show you the cucumbers as well. So we've still got cucumbers. They're still producing. I've had that many cucumbers this year that I just couldn't eat them. There's just way too many. And obviously, if you let cucumbers go too big, then they form big seeds inside. Now, I don't mind them. And my daughter doesn't mind them. But, yeah, we've had absolutely loads and loads and loads of cucumbers. So this variety is called Be It Alpha. And if you can see, this is the one that produces absolutely tons of them. Tons and tons of cucumbers. I just chopped them with a pair of scissors. So just chop them up and put them in there. And that's my kohlrabi that I've harvested, so I'll put some of that in there as well. So that's it for this one. So it's just a little update on what I'm doing. And I'll see you on the next one. You take care. Bye for now. Bye.